Hello and welcome to the Residual Royalty Academy. In this video, I'm going to do kind of a live tutorial and I'm going to be trying to find some high content book niches that you would publish a 30,000 word or so book in. This is not pre-planned, this is not pre-scripted, so maybe we'll find some good niches or maybe we just won't. You know, sometimes when you come onto Amazon and you search for a niche, you find really good ones that are really profitable and sometimes you don't. So let's just do this until I find at least one good niche that is publishable. It might take 10 minutes, it might take 20 minutes, it could even take longer. But before we do that, let me show you my criteria, my rough criteria for a high content book. So I tend to publish 30,000 word books because that allows for a 3-hour audiobook, which means you get more royalties, but this is also flexible. So for example, if you find a topic that you could only really write 20,000 words about, I would still publish in that. So here is the rough criteria. So the first 10 books, I want them to be under 100,000 BSR. So let me type that in there as well on the first page. And ideally, if 2 to 5 of the books are below 50,000, that's even better. And you can do this for both paperback and Kindle, and I will show you how I do that in a second. So I also want minimal competition, less than 500 search results for that keyword in all departments, not in books, because sometimes when you select books, it shows even more random results that are not related. I also want less than 50 or 100 reviews on the best-selling ones in that niche so far. So this indicates that we aren't dealing with authority figures. You know, if you're against books with thousands of reviews, it indicates that the author has some other presence driving traffic to Amazon. So it's going to be really hard for you to compete against those books. So we don't want too many reviews on the competitors' books either. When it comes to Audible, I generally like to have less than 10 strong competing books, which means that there's, not more than 10 decent quality audiobooks, because I want to make sure that I'm giving myself a lot of chance to sell on the first page of Audible. I also tend not to want too many images or complex graphs in there that are going to be really hard to find copyright-free images. So for example, if you're doing a stock index fund investing book, that's going to require a lot of different graphs over time, and I'm not fully sure where you would get those from right now, so I probably wouldn't publish in a niche like that. So like I say, these are not fully strict, but they're a good place to start with if you are new and you don't have a feel for niches yet. Over time, you'll get better and you'll just sense what a good niche is, but if you can use these criteria at the start, you're going to be doing really well. So let's jump onto Amazon and I'll show you exactly how I start this process off. So I come to Amazon.com and you go to bestsellers in books. You can just Google that, bestsellers in books. I just Googled that and then I just click straight through to this link. Or you can do the exact same in the Kindle store and then you would go to Kindle ebooks there and you would just do the exact process I'm about to describe to you. But I tend to do it for books now because the book royalties are way higher than the ebook royalties. So I'm more focused on making paperback sales than I am making ebook sales with these high content books. So that's my reasoning for doing this. So as you can see, you've got all these different categories. Some are fiction and some are non-fiction, but we're going to go into health, fitness, and dieting. So what I tend to do first is just look through the first 100 results and see if anything pops out. But then what we actually want to do is niche down into a few of these different ones. And that way we can find some more untapped niches that other people aren't seeing. So we're just going to have a general look through, not seeing anything really of note so far. This is like a plant of broccoli made into a heart shape. It's pretty nice. I'm actually about to buy this book on amazon.co.uk. I have actually seen a few people recommend that, so I'm going to read that myself. But let's just keep going through. Nothing really to know. This one's about breath work. Could be a niche, but when there's 500 reviews on it, it's going to be tough to challenge a book like that against such an authority figure. So you can see these are really popular books. Let's keep looking through. Keto Vegan, pretty nice. 11 hours audiobook, wow, that's a big royalty. And it's ranked 67, that's incredible. So they're making a ton of money on Audible over there. Medical Medium, I've seen a few of these books around already. Keto Vegan, another good keyword. Definitely one you could look into more, but I would think it's already saturated. 48 Laws of Power, a fantastic book. I would recommend everybody to read that one. Vagus Nerve, could be a keyword, but I've seen it multiple times, so I'm not too interested in looking through it. I want to find a really good keyword that one of you can go and use and publish in that is definitely a strong keyword. So we're keeping through. Crystals for Beginners. The Guide to Getting Started with the Healing Power of Crystals. Now that one does interest me. So okay, this is where we just started. So let's go on to this and we're going to search Healing Crystal. I can't spell. Healing Crystal book. So you can see this is the bestseller, Karen Frazier, October 17th, 2017. There is 2,000 reviews, which could be a small problem. 200 pages. It's in paperback, Audible, and Kindle. And probably when this loads, it's probably selling well in all of them. So the Modern Guide to Crystal Healing. So this one is ranked 20,000 in books, which is really nice, the paperback version. Well, that's probably the hardback version, actually, if the paperback's not showing here. So yeah, this is hardcover, yeah, sorry, 21,000, but that's really good. The Crystal Bible 1000 here, this is really nice. Crystals for Healing. This is Karen again. Is it the same book, or is it, I think that's the old edition, and this would be the new edition, maybe taken on by a different publishing house. So Chakra Healing, another interesting keywords. Crystal Handbook. These all have some really good ranks. We're kind of looking for one that's independently published just to see if it does have that bit of potential. Crystal Healer, Crystals, The Ultimate Guide to Crystals and Stones. Okay, let's take a look at this one because I think it will have ranks. So let's check out the Kindle version, seeing as it is on the first page. Okay. So the paperback there is 163,000, the hardback, sorry. So let's take a look at some of the other ones. I just saw one here, the Beginner's Guide. Where was that? So there's a lot of books in this niche, but it's definitely got some sales potential. So the Crystal Bible, we've seen that. Encyclopedia, that's not really what we're looking for. Where was the Beginner's Guide? The Essential Guide, this could be a good one. Let's look at this one. So $19, the Kindle edition. This one, 200,000, not bad. You're getting a big royalty from that. So obviously you have to assess the BSR before you can really assess what goes into the book and all that kind of thing. If you're going to need a lot of different pictures, it might be kind of hard for you to make that. But let's just keep looking back. So where was this? So Crystal Healing Beginners. Okay, there's Karen again. So you can see Sophie Allison has actually come in here and published a self-published book. You can just tell this one is self-published just from the cover. It's ranked 90,000, which is quite good. And their paperback is unfortunately at 3 million. This is Karen's book again, always on that first page. Crystals for Beginners. This one really does interest me. So let me see this. The Kindle is $3. So 46,000. That's selling quite a lot. I'd be really happy with that. And they're getting, 150 royalty probably from there. Paperback, let's see. Because this one definitely appears to be self-published. There you go. Yeah, independently published. The paperback is okay. And it's not showing the graph, which is kind of annoying. But it's definitely a possible niche. This was only published on July the 28th. Let's see. Yeah, July. It was only published a week or so ago. So definitely has potential to start selling some more. Let's see this again. Kindle 800,000, not great. Crystal Healing here. Yeah, this is a good one again. December 16. So how many results is there? So there's 800 results. So a little more than the 500 that we wanted. But this one, has a lot of reviews. But the other ones on the first page, although some of them might be sponsored, have really, really good ranks. So 50,000, yep, that fits the criteria. 14,000, that really fits the criteria here. So it's definitely a good niche. Whether I would publish or not, I would still have to do some more research. So Chakra Healing, 300, 500. I would still have to do some more research to see exactly what's going into the book and how easy it will be for me to create a book like this. So Wicker Crystal Magic. This is definitely a good one as well. Crystals for Beginners, 240. Again, it's a new book, so publishers are obviously finding this one. It's not just me that's able to find this. So 50,000 in Kindle, that's really good. That's what we like to see. So June 28th, 2019. So here we go. Yeah, this is a bundle. This is what you can do when you've got multiple books in the same niche by the same author. So you've got Chakras, Reiki, Kundalini. I've heard of all these, but the only one I hadn't heard of was, crystals. So definitely a niche that is selling. And if you can create a really good quality book, just come and see how many pages the competition is, see where they're going wrong, see what you can improve. Let's just take a look at this one. The last one we'll look at. So this one was 2019 and it's ranked 50,000 there. That's really good. And the paperback, the cover's not the best, but it does the job. And it's not really selling there, but maybe it's just the Kindle that sells more. So definitely an idea, definitely one you would write down. So let's just take over here, Crystals for beginners, or crystal healing. They're the two kind of keywords that you'd want to look into more. But there's definitely a niche with potential. Whether I publish in it, as I say, is a different story. But let's keep looking. So you just saw that one popped up there. And then this is how we keep searching. So Gratitude Journal, Modern Kid Press, they're always making unbelievable books. I saw some maths ones they had earlier doing amazingly well. Vegan Keto again with some bad reviews, but still selling incredibly with some incredible demand. So let's see if this is new, because that could explain why. Okay, no, 2020. February the 1st, 2020. So that doesn't really explain why it's selling so well. So if we were to actually hop onto Audible, Vegan Keto. So there's 100 results. A lot of data to process here, obviously. But these ones on the first page will all be selling. I'm sure there's a lot of vegans out there who also want to eat keto, so it's a great little niche combining two big niches to make one kind of smaller niche. So keto bread, keto vegan, yeah, you got a lot going on here. Maybe it's one to look into, but I do still think it's going to be too overdone. So let's go back out of this one. It was just that rank that really caught my eye with it being in the 100 in Audible. So let's keep going down. So we've got chakra healing as well. I'm not sure whether I'd want to publish in that niche because it's so close to Amazon, and whether they want people to be publishing that kind of thing. Like I've seen people publish Amazon interview questions, and I'm just not sure I would want to risk my KDP account on that one. So the year of magical thinking, chakra healing, fast, feast, repeat. That's obviously about intermittent fasting. Great niche, but definitely overdone. Outliers. This guy looks like Jamie Oliver. Sacred Woman. Vulnerability, Tribe of Mentors, Tim Ferriss. Very popular books. Some more books, David Goggins, probably should read this one. Emotional intelligence, yeah, just big keywords that everyone knows, or probably everyone knows. So that's what you kind of get on the first 100 results. It's sometimes you can find a really great keyword, like possibly that crystal one, or sometimes you do actually have to come into these categories on the left and niche down a little bit more. So now we'll see some different things. So no spend challenge could be a keyword. Let's not investigate it further though. So compulsive overeating, I've seen a lot of these before. High achiever, Alcoholics Anonymous. High achiever, decluttering at the speed of life. I think I've seen Sean Dolwett make a video about this keyword before. So let's not cover this one in any more detail. So this one here does actually catch my eye. So Alan Carr's easy way to stop smoking. So let's do Stop Smoking Guide. Okay, so this one is not relevant. Maybe that's an Amazon ad that's not too well targeted. But let's wait for this to load. So that's 23,000 in the Kindle store, paperback 2,000, so incredible. Obviously, Alan Carr is an authority figure. Isn't he the comedian, or it could be a different Alan Carr, I'm not sure. But let's just take a look at the other one. So Quit Drinking, he also has. He has 29 books on addictions and all these related things, so he's really mastering these kind of keywords. So women stop smoking, women stop smoking, stop worrying, lose weight, stop smoking. See, the other ones aren't really selling too much. Quit, stop. So this one, yeah, it's not really selling. How many were 133 pages. So quit smoking book, maybe that will return some better results. And let's take it to the actual books category so we can see the paperbacks, which will usually have higher royalties. So again, Alan Carr has the top 2 results. I would imagine the top 2 get the most sales. Again, Alan Carr, this guy's got the whole first page. What is going on? I didn't search Alan Carr, did I? No. So this guy has got a lot of books. I would assume it's not the guy who is the comedian, but I could be wrong. So smoking, the Quit Smoking Cure, how to quit smoking without feeling like shit. 500,000, not great. So I probably wouldn't pursue this niche anymore, but at least we've had a look and we've seen what it's not. So definitely check out that Alan Carr and see if there's any other niches he's publishing in. That's what I would do. I would click on his name and see if there's any other things that he's published in that are untapped. So maybe it's not smoking, but maybe if the keyword were something else, like, okay, that's just the same thing, like hangover cure or something like that could be another keyword. So definitely worth looking into. But let me just keep going down this list here. So there we go, Alan Carr again, he's the theme of this video. Finding freedom from alcohol, sober curious. Of course, if this is your first time looking through all these different niches, then you're probably going to look at them all in a lot more detail. But some of these I will have seen before, so I'm just kind of going over them as they're nothing big shouting out. So this is a rude coloring book, definitely a huge niche. If you can get the illustrations for those, hire them on Upwork. Giving you all the secrets here in this video. So the unexpected joy of being sober. This is all mostly about alcohol, so alcoholism must be a big problem in this world that we live in. So Alan Carr again, recovery. Not a lot really catching my eye in this one. Maybe if we keep going to the end, we will find something. So adult children of alcoholics, Alcoholics Anonymous. And then we get to the end. So all about alcohol, a lot, with not much of a great niche to publish in. So adult children of alcoholics, that's a good drug dependency. Now when you get into some of these niches, I do wonder about Amazon advertising and whether you can advertise against them. So you do have to be careful with your book titles. Don't claim to have the cure for illnesses or something like that, as Amazon won't let you run ads in some of these niches. So let's keep going. All about drug addiction, not really a lot to look at. Prozac Nation. Okay, let's come out of this one. It's a bit sad and depressing. Gambling could be one. Let's have a look. You see, we've gone into addiction and recovery, and we're even deeper into it now. So, even some of these books in the top 50 won't actually have that good BSRs because we're so niched down. So let's keep looking through. So you can see that's a pretty good BSR, but considering it's number 8 in the category, it's not that good. So let's see, all bets are off. Okay, so I think this has probably been done 100 times over. So let's go back to health, fitness, and dieting, and we'll niche down into a different category. So aging could be one. Nutrition, let's not look at this one. Every niche video is about nutrition, so let's not do that either. Vaccinations, men's health, exercise and fitness, that's going to be a lot of workout books. We could probably look at that one, but let's first look at alternative medicine. This one could be interesting and could throw up some good ideas. So the power of now. Eckhart Tolle. Audible originals seem to have claimed all the top ranks there. So you can see this one again, Crystals for Beginners. Meditation for weight loss. That's definitely an idea. Combining two popular niches again, just like the vegan keto. See if it has any life. Meditation for weight loss. So it's going to be all about hypnosis, isn't it? So we're in books. It is showing us mostly audiobooks in the results. So I guess it's hypnosis meditations. So 17,000, that's pretty good for Audible. This is really bad for Audible, that means it's not really selling. Although I don't think it's actually an audiobook. So let's keep looking through. Okay, so really bad reviews on Amazon. I guess the Kindle version isn't working. But on Audible, it's selling okay. Gastric band hypnosis. So this is definitely a possible niche. So you can imagine any health condition with hypnosis at the end of it could make a niche. So definitely something to think about. Gastric band hypnosis. Hypnosis for health. Okay, not this. Okay, so this one's ranked really well on Audible, especially for .com. 8,000, 2,000. I believe this is the same thing here. 15,000, 4,000. This is really good. The Kindle is even 150,000. More hypnosis here. 24,000, pretty good. This is definitely a possible Audible niche, so let's do this. Gastric and hypnosis. And like I say, you could apply this to multiple other health conditions. So Paul McKenna, maybe he's an authority figure, which is why he's got so many reviews. But if you can be the number 2 or number 3, then you'll definitely make some sales. You can see this one, 10,000. It's been up for more than 5 years. Paul McKenna, again, is getting on all these kind of addiction and food and health things. Quit smoking. Again, quit smoking can even be an audiobook. So this one, 35, pretty good. Hypnotic gastric band. Learn how to think positively. Hypnotic gastric band. So it's a possible niche for sure. What's the pricing on these ones? So 40 minutes, 1 hour 7 minutes, 1 hour 4 minutes. So these are only priced at $6.99, which means the royalty isn't too high, but it's definitely a possible niche. So we'll write this one down anyway. So gastric and hypnosis slash insert problem hypnosis. There's a lot of different avenues you could go with that. And I would think it probably works best for Audible, but you can also make some Kindle sales as you saw by that rank earlier. So let's come off this one now. So that was definitely a possible one. So meditation for weight loss, that's where we came from. So encyclopedia of herbal medicine, bedtime stories for adults. That's definitely a huge one you could do for audiobooks. Interestingly enough, a lot of these health ones are actually audiobooks rather than paperback books. Or is it because I came on to audiobooks? No, we're still on alternative medicine and we're on books. I'm not sure why it's mostly showing audio. Maybe this is just because of the ranking system. So you can see we've got an adult colouring book, adult attachment, chakra. Let's keep going down. This looks like a Spanish audiobook. Diabetes, liver rescue, alkaline. You can see just by looking through these bestseller lists, you get so many ideas. Celery juice. We'll keep going. Hopefully the video is not dragging on too long. Empath healing. Something to look into for sure. I've seen that knocked around a few times. Crystals again, crystals. Okay, that's actually one of the most wished for books. Very interesting. More bedtime stories for adults. Only one review. And it's ranked 700. So let's investigate that more because that definitely puts out some alarm bells of a niche that I should publish in. Bedtime stories for adults. Grow Rich Limited. Let's see the Kindle. See if it's selling on that or if it's just... Okay, 1 million, not great. February the 16th, 2020. So this again is following the hypnosis theme. The paperback isn't selling, but obviously on Audible, it really is selling. So ranked 700. Fantastic. Definitely a niche you can look at for Audible. So let's go on to here and we'll just type in bedtime stories / hypnosis is for you to further investigate or for me to further investigate as well. So let's come off here. Law of attraction, definitely done too much, but a very interesting niche nonetheless. Eat to beat disease, Walls protocol, you know, look, you can see just from a far glance that's got the little copyright symbol. So you're not obviously allowed to use that keyword Walls protocol because it's protected by intellectual property. So we'll keep going down. Inquebrantables, sounds some Spanish thing. Boundless, Ben Greenfield. Medical medium here again. Deep sleep hypnosis, 900. Definitely some niches going on here for Audible for sure. And what you can even do is publish the Kindle ebook and the paperback, and then you can unpublish them if it doesn't make sense. So you would just be left with the audiobook, but you do have to publish the Kindle version or the paperback version first to be able to get it onto Audible. Paint by sticker, medical medium. Paint by sticker again. Something's going on with this paint by sticker. I'm not sure whether we can make those in KDP, but again, look into it. We just don't have time in this short video. So light on yoga, mandalas. Cover that in the Royalty Accelerator course, how to create those books. So that's pretty much all we've got in this one. But again, you can niche down and look into more concentrated niches. So you might want to go and look at, let's say, aromatherapy. Just as an example. So essential oils, this is probably going to feature a lot in here. I wouldn't publish in that as I think it's been done quite a lot. CBD hemp oil, definitely a potential keyword, but I fear maybe done too much, seeing as I've already heard of it. So essential oils, hormone solution. You can see as soon as you take one keyword and combine it with another, it gets a lot more niche down. So essential oils and aromatherapy, CBD, keep going down, essential oil making, cognitive behavior therapy, essential oil perfumes. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing anything in this video, I probably am. Let's come out of this as I'm a bit bored of this one now. Maybe you could do massage, but the pictures would be maybe hard to come by. Meditation, naturopathy. There's a lot of different avenues you can explore with these high content books. So now we're out of there. I didn't mean to actually come out of the whole thing. So let's go back onto here. And we were in alternative medicine. So let's take a look at one last one before we end the video. So let's look at not nutrition. Okay, let's look at sports health and safety, as I don't think I've ever really looked into this one. Survival medicine for any disaster. Breathing for warriors, there we go, Belisa. Funny story, when I was in Bali, I actually met Belisa in the co-working space, and it's good to see her books ranked really well. 21,000 the paperback and 9,000 here. She told me I need to breathe better, so maybe I should buy this book for myself as well. So there we go, Belisa. Shout out to you, making it happen over here on Amazon. How to make yourself poop. Bodybuilding for beginners. When violence is the answer. Emergency first aid. Campus survival guide. First aid. Endurance. First aid. Not too much to note here really that you would probably want to do. Heal TBI. That's definitely a potential keyword. So TBI, I never heard of this one. So TBI, something brain injury. TBI books. Brain injury. 1,000 results. Brain injury workbook. See, the ranks are not really fitting the criteria. They're not really under 100,000 or below 50,000 ideally. This is more of a story, so there's not a lot to go on here. You know, as soon as you come to see the criteria, you'll see, okay, it's not really fitting, so I'm not really going to try and look into that any further and see what would need to be done to make that book. So just use these criteria to your advantage. Let's have a look at a couple more. So sports health and safety. That's a fitness journal. I wonder if this one is KDP. Could be, maybe they've just used their own ISBN number. Vaccinations, the topic of the hour. Let's not go full conspiracy theory, but vaccines are a very big topic at the moment with the way the world is. So fight back. Natural alternatives. Autoimmune fix. The unvaccinated child. COVID-19, the pandemic that never should have happened, and how to stop the next one. Vaccine epidemic. The case against masks. Why masks should be limited. Judy Mikovits. How to survive a pandemic. Missing microbes. Okay. Some potential keywords in here. Vaccines, autoimmunity. The Skeptic's Guide to Alternative Medicine. Okay, inoculated. Vaccine epidemic. You can see because we're already quite niche down into these deep categories, even the ones, as I say, in the top 100, they're not even ranked that well. So we'll probably at this point just come out of here unless we see anything glaringly amazing. So we have already collected a few niche ideas, and like I say, sometimes you'll find great ones, sometimes you won't find much. So women's health, nutrition, reference. Let's take one look at, what should we say? Nutrition. Probably it's going to be a lot of keto cookbooks, but who knows, maybe we'll see something. Super Life, Whole30, Fiber Fueled, Matthew Walker, Why We Sleep, Forks Over Knives. So many contrasting opinions in the world, so hard to even know what to do sometimes. You see one guy telling you it's about carnivore code, and you see this guy telling you it's all about plant-based. Who knows what to do? Who knows what is right? And everyone has their own agendas. It's very easy to get confused by all these opposing opinions. Medical Medium here again, these guys must have an outside source or a website that they're publishing from, because they're getting a lot of traction. Okay, so not much seeing in nutrition. Maybe we have to niche down. So caffeine, let's have a look. Maybe we could write a book on caffeine. The Power of When. Interesting. Starting your own coffee shop. Independently published. Interesting. A lot of people do seem to have that dream of starting a cafe, so maybe that's an opportunity we could bounce on. So, quit caffeine. Just like here, Alan Carr again. Alex Becker recommended this book, Caffeine Blues, and I've actually not had a coffee for, I think, 11 days now. So maybe I sound tired. But yeah, hopefully we'll get the benefits that the book talks about. So starting your own coffee shop. So let's go back into here. Starting a cafe. Yeah, starting a consulting business. Maybe that's an idea for a niche. 800 results. 122,000. Pretty good. This one looks quite self-published, seeing as the cover isn't great. But guide to winning clients, consulting. 100,000, pretty good. 250,000 consulting, pretty good. Maybe a niche you could look into more. And the prices are quite high, $15 most of them, so definitely an option. Starting I'm sure you could get a lot of different keywords if you just did this. Starting starting a B. Look at how many niches we would find just by doing this. You don't understand the power of this method. Starting a farm, starting a garden, starting a house church, starting a jewelry business. There is so many niches you can find just by doing something like that. So let's look at this one. Sell your jewelry. Okay, let's not really look at that. Let's go back to the cafe idea. Starting a cafe. So the paperback is cheap and the Kindle is $3.99, but nonetheless, 50,000 paperback, quite good. I would assume it's black and white, just some advice, no need for many pictures. The Kindle's 171, so not all bad. This one, 67. Create space independently published. If they can do it, you can do it. Coffee shop business plan template. Something completely random. Wake up and smell the profit. Coffee business. What's the problem here? 2008. Okay, interesting. So there's not many books to compete with. There's only really 2 books in this whole niche. And that one's at $19.99, so that's a huge royalty. And the Kindle is, let's see how the Kindle is ranked. I don't know why sometimes it changes the format to this. Does anyone know? 80,000, pretty good. So starting a cafe could definitely be an idea. Starting a coffee shop, maybe. What is going on here? 1 million, that's terrible. 500 pages. I'm not sure who wants to read a 500-page book about that. Starting a business. Coffee shop startup. Okay, maybe not great, but that one only has 29 pages, so that's not really comparable to anything. Tony Okamoto, as soon as you see something like 900 reviews and it's only a year old, you just know that they've got some sort of other traffic or backing behind them. So it's gonna be harder to compete with these kind of books, especially if there's more than 3 or 4 of them in the niche that you're looking at. So that's pretty much all we've got for today. So maybe even coffee shop is an idea. Depends on if Linda and Andrew are authority figures. So what I would even do is look at their author page, give them a Google, see if they have some kind of blog that's giving them all these sales that people aren't just searching for it and buying this book. So start a coffee shop in 2020. Let's just look at this one finally. 81,000, pretty good. This one is definitely self-published, you can just tell by the cover. Independently published, like I told you. 75,000. So that is definitely a niche you can publish in. So let's just write this one down. So you've got a couple of Audible niches, those middle 2, and you've got a couple of KDP niches here. So starting a cafe. And we only looked at health and fitness, and we only looked for, maybe half an hour. So as soon as you start looking at other niches and other categories, and you spend a bit longer on it, you'll definitely get a lot of ideas. And there was hundreds of niches and keywords that I came across that we just didn't investigate any further that maybe we could have. And we even had this little trick that I just showed you here, starting a whatever. And you see quilting business. Okay, wow, let's take a look at this. So I hope that's been a useful video. Hopefully I won't have to do too much editing on this and I can get this video out as soon as possible. But yeah, there's my rough criteria, and there are the niches that we just found really quickly that definitely have some potential that you could publish in. So this was Audible focused, this was KDP focused, and this was KDP focused as well. And we didn't even look at the Audible for crystals or cafe, but yeah, as long as they're selling on KDP, any Audible sales are just a bonus. So you would probably also go and take those keywords and look on Audible and see what the competition is like. And like I say, probably one of the most important factors for some of my book success as well is having minimal competition. You know, I just posted in the Facebook group recently that I found a niche with less than 50 results. So not 500 results, 50 results, which means there's very small amounts of competition. So if I can create a high quality book there, I think I can really easily get the first page. So if you have gained some value from the video, or you've seen some niches that maybe you want to publish in, you've got some ideas, then I really appreciate you hitting like and clicking on subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, that's all from me, so I'll see you next time.
They wanna count me out before I'm even up. They wanna bring me down, but I don't give a f. They wanna count me out before I'm even up. They wanna bring me down, but it ain't adding up. I got some emoji in my blunt. Tell me what you want. I ain't tryna front, yeah, I just came to stun. I got some emoji in my blunt.